Rock in a hood with the crows of a sheep, and I wish you would try to find me like you wish you could. Roll real deep and it's understood. We getting real fucked up, and I'm feeling real good. Gotta carry me home. Underwood, nice on a mic like I knife to the rope. Nights real high cause the bass real low. Wipe me aside when you fight with a blow. Watch where you bite cause you might just choke. Dead man walking into the rope. If I hit this one more time, then I might just blow. You're dirty, you filthy bro. Fucking then someone bleed this hope. Pop in the floor with it. Tenor rock the performance. Top of the morning to you. Over the top of the score like fins in the door, man. I'll go to war for you. These crazy lads, these lazy nights on Franco eyes got me yelling at the skylight. Yelling at the sky, singing. Rolling Franco eyes, singing. Yelling at the sky, singing. Yelling at the sky, singing. Rolling Franco eyes, singing. Exhale, clear the bone, no stale smoke. Lungs open like a ship sail. Mutiny when you double toke. My boot hits like a drum kick. No two shits, do I give a fuck? My crew sticks like a fat bitch. She's hungry, full, get eaten up. Don't step a stone, we walk a tall. Footprints down the hall. Knock down, we stand up. We party hard, get your hands up. We blaze up, smoke you out. Mind trap, we broke you out. There's an undertone, don't hesitate. We low count and we medicate. In my zone, it's sucker free. You're that bitch, it sucks to be. When the doctor's in, it's about y'all. Remember this, there's no house call. My door's open with a nurse waiting. Sexy bitch bringing my first patient. Heart racing, paper chasing. I'm Bruce Wayne and you're Dick Grayson. Yelling at the sky, singing. Rolling Franco eyes, singing. Yelling at the sky, singing.
Hey, good morning. Yeah. What's up? Yeah. Amazing, huh? Yeah.
This is for my people out there feeling like they black sheep, running from the wolves that are nipping at your back feet. Leather jacket, pocket knife, Spencer in the back streets, bursting into flames like a match to a gas leak. Only thing that kept me back in school was art class. Had a friend with the black flag armband. He said it's cool if they all don't understand you. Just be yourself. You know what you're here to do. There's the haters, there's the bullies,
What's that? Somebody noticed that when some of these, big public speakers or people with larger platforms or those more involved with the investigations, technologies and stuff, whenever all of a sudden some of them disappear or have to sell their businesses, and they kind of knew it was coming. I mean, a lot of them have been saying for years, right? Getting threats, we have to sell our business, government's trying to take it. Government's trying to shut us down. Which people? Why? They never say that, huh? They want to stop you from speaking your truth. I can speak it just fine. It appears you can't, and you're manipulating big audiences for some reason. I think many of them just going along, over the years and get caught up. Right, and when you see a lot of them disappear, if you notice, the threats aren't really coming from these dangerous street people. Right, usually it's people on the inside, right? Their own people, the people around them. I thought you said this. We were listening to what you said. Now my house is getting shot at. Mr. Jones, what's going on? We listened to what you were saying. You guys seemed pretty sure. Right, we've been trying to tell people this for years, and no one seems to want to address the. That's why we say just fucking forget it, dude. It's nothing personal. Drop the personal bullshit. I know you want to find out who shot at your house, and they're gonna pay for it. And you want to find out who did what, called you a name. They did what? They support what? They're racist. Oh my god. Okay, so we have punks here fucking little children that think it's okay to kill innocent people. Or give them taps, which is totally fine. We don't mind taps at all. Oh, we appreciate it, actually. Depend on those taps, huh? Right, so when people aren't just tapping and they're using and abusing those capabilities and technologies and accessibility to just off someone that's a problem and get rid of them, especially after you've had kids with the retard and you have their retarded kids that you make child and animal pornography with, who you then feed to the activists and druggies that have fooled other people, and you gotta all keep it going, huh? It's a big show with the Tate games, ghost hunting, alien hunting, selling your jewelry and vitamins, doing the important investigations, taking care of the problem people in the areas the police have a hard time with. Right, so when you look over the years and what's been going on in some of these communities and how some wires got really crossed, but thank goodness, when people are aware, they can cross the wires all they want. Right, unfortunately, the public perception sometimes outweighs, and we see innocent people get killed all the time. Police get ambushed. When you see the domestics, and we showed you that, not only in many other situations, we see it every day. In these fucked up situations, and people saying, oh, I didn't take my medication. I was hearing voices. It's non-stop with these people, yeah? As though they think that's going to be some kind of excuse. Yeah, these same loops and groups back in the 90s, the ones that were targeting people and the retards, they would try to promote to them and get them to think if they can get diagnosed with schizophrenia or bipolar, it's a free get out of jail card. Yeah, you can murder someone and get away with it. Okay, no, you can't, but that's what they tell the retards and the stupids. And as you can see, people believe it. And they act out on it, from simple traffic stops to severe, horrific murder of innocent people and children. Same fucking excuses. Right, so you can't do too much about that, right? A lot of those people, they play the game. Well, people are just acting at their own will. They shouldn't have gone with a strange person, right? Exactly. Right, so the awareness helps to prevent a lot of that. But they didn't want to educate people about those things. Instead, they went along with their little spy ops programs, over-medicating people, pushing out other vaccines. And when you look back at what was going on 2006, 7, 8, 9, and 10 with the Lyme disease and bioweapons, yeah, the doctor we saw said we were very sick with Lyme disease. And the psychos around here didn't want to listen. I mean, it's really simple. I was like, you can call it what you want to call it, whether or not you think Lyme disease exists or not. It's a bacterial overload that I've had for years. For multiple reasons, probably, huh, when you look at my history. Yes, I was in my early 20s. By about 24 years old when I got diagnosed with the Lyme disease in 2006. Right, and they were very specific, saying that my system, the chemical makeup, the cell damage, whatever it was, yeah, to be careful with the vaccines. Right, and they know certain people are more prone to have children with autism, especially if they get vaccinated. Sometimes they don't even need the vaccine. Sometimes the damage is so bad in the mother. Lyme disease, I was first diagnosed actually, in 2006, Dr. Bernard Raxlin, but they went back in my records. And when I was 4 or 5, the constant earaches I was getting and the rashes that they tried to say was cat scratch fever. Said it was probably from the ticks that came off the kittens we had gotten from my dad's cousin who lived by the sheepscot with all the white-tailed deer and ticks. Probably. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, and then I was getting a lot of earaches, started to gain a lot of weight, addicted to sugar. And they say those bacteria love sugar. And a lot of people get addicted to sugar. It doesn't mean you have some kind of infection. I'm just saying, as a kid. Right, and all those raw hot dogs, which, I think the ticks love that raw hot dog rancid type stuff, yeah. Right, and then that plays into when you understand, like, vampires and garlic. Right, they have more of a tendency. Some people will say the ticks won't bite them. They've done these experiments, both personally and on the books. You let the ticks crawl over, they won't bite certain people. Why? Right, and they say that plays into the chemical makeup. Maybe you have a very cleansed system, you eat a lot of garlic. Yeah, it's probably not going to bite you. It's going to bite the sick, bacteria-ridden person that probably didn't eat garlic, had a lot of sugar. Yeah, the tick's going to bite that person as opposed to the cleansed person that might have some antimicrobials on as well. I just sprayed myself with essential oils. Can you smell the garlic? Oh, lovely. It's a new perfume. Right, thank goodness, if you do get bit or get some kind of bacterial infection, we have a whole source field of antibiotics and antimicrobials and cleansing mechanisms that can help with that. Right, and one tick bite might be more damaging than another tick bite, depending on how sick the person is, just like a vaccine, right? Right, just the sick ones are going to get injured, the blood clots and heart attacks, just the sick people. Right, so these are really simple things to understand, so why weren't they teaching people any of that? Instead, just take the anxiety meds, pushing out all these psycho drugs on the kids. Yeah, when you see how the state workers were fucking with a lot of the people, couldn't fucking believe it. We're one of them, and we're fucking amazed at how sick and stupid and selfish and immature people have been, and the lack of basic common communication, lingo. Yeah, it seems like a lot of them have a huge veil and a wall, and when we've been watching things for a long time and we see certain ones that are involved with different people in the community that were trafficking drugs. Remember between 2010 and 2013, they had the meth labs. It was pretty bad. Remember the child accidentally drank the cup of acid? Fucking sickos left on the table. I know. They had rough childhoods and they have all these excuses and justifications as to why they have drug problems, as to why the system fucked them, and now they need to sell drugs just so they can buy diapers. I know. Life is rough. Again, while we were trying to implement the programs, all of these things would be systematic and taken care of. People would have skills and trainings. We have 100,000 public schools in America, and they have fucked them royally with what they did. And you can't uninject them. You can't take it away. Hopefully people can pull their fucking heads out of their asses and let it the fuck go and address what we're talking about. My name is Mary. We're at the Governor Hill Mansion in Augusta, Maine, and I have 4 children here, and my youngest 2 are in the hands of sick, murderous pedophiles. We don't have to talk about whether or not they tried to kill me or if it's justified, and a lot of them have been doing that. Thank you for showing people how fucking sick and demented you are. So whether or not that was justified, still a sick fuck that's abusing little kids. But the little boy he beat up in the tub. Smacked him so hard, left a black hand mark on him, fell forward and hit his neck on the spout, which could have killed him. Isn't that attempted murder? Because we're seeing a man go to prison for over 50 years right now for pushing a woman wrestler. Yeah, he pushed her against the wall, and she hit a picture, and that injured her too. When he pushed her, Right. They're both wrestlers. She probably egged him on a little bit, huh? They want you to hit them. It's a fucking business, dude. Holy shit. They know just how to get to those fighters, too, don't they? Right in the same loop as those activists and stuff. Bunch of meatheads. Right, so this guy's going to prison for like 50 years, maybe, for attempted murder, for pushing a grown adult wrestler, whatever altercation they were having. Right, but an innocent child, right, he didn't get any jail time, not even any jail time. The mother, thank goodness, didn't have a bunch of druggies and pieces of shit around her like I do, and took him to court and got full custody. So that's taken care of in a way. Whether or not they get jail time, at least the child's out of their custody. Right, so right around that time, if you look at the records, was when the big pit bull, Damien, his leg blew up. He had a bouncy ball thing in his leg. I remember when they left me alone with the pit bulls to go down south, North Carolina area. His little nephew getting out of college, going to be an FBI agent. Oh, yeah. Right. I remember taking the dog to the vet, just for shits and giggles, because I knew what it was. It's a GPS tracker. Sometimes they use those things for other things, yeah. Right. Transfer of information, a whole host of things. Listening, tracking. Right, so I was like, is that a tumor? What is that? It was like a bouncy ball right on his hind leg. It was really hard. I was like, is that a red light flashing? Hold on. I was fucking with him just for fun, see what he would say. It's like, well, he's so young. It's probably a tumor. We should just leave it in there. Okay. I think it's picking up Russian stations, just so you know. See you later. It's just for fun. Right? And, you know, then you see how people try to take that stuff. Oh, she's hearing voices. Right? And then other people take it seriously, like, I told you, Russian spies, collusion. And both sides, you're like, yeah, you're all fucked. Get the fuck away from me. Right. I don't remember when I mentioned David Wilcock's name. He got pissed and threw my phone. Why? Yeah, and right around that time too, yes, I lost use of my arm for 3 months. Out of nowhere, I'm just sweeping in the kitchen, listening to some James Taylor. I've seen fire and I've seen rain. I've seen sunny days, and I thought, whoa, what the fuck? Why am I sinking in the floor? Holy shit. I'm literally, it's like Jumanji. I'm like sinking in the, what the fuck? I hear, blood! Fucking dog's leg blows up. What the fuck is going on? Blood everywhere. We had to bring him to have him put to sleep and burned him to ashes. Get rid of him. No evidence. I know, it's cute, isn't it? Yeah, and the doctor said we may never get use of that arm again. He's like, yeah, you've almost completely killed the nerve. It's barely shooting a 1. They had a hook to the computer. They couldn't even jolt it. So just for people to grasp, we're not looking for any pity. We're no victims here. We're A-okay. Help the fucking kids. Our goal here is to expose these networks and how the fuck they get away with it. And so many people are so caught up playing their goddamn fucking games, protecting and selling and using. You sick fucks. Enough innocent people have been killed because of your sick addictions and nasty fucking popularity games. Our goal is to expose the networks and how they got away with it. We don't expect them to do anything. We don't expect our children to be saved. We've done this for a long time, and those kids usually get fucked and tortured till they die with a smile on their face, huh? You sick fucks. Yeah. So hopefully the proper authorities do what they're supposed to do to help us bring awareness to these networks, how they feed it to these activist groups. This is a long ongoing issue, and how they train certain forces in other areas. Right? Oh, it's the Israelis, it's China, it's this, it's that. Probably immigrants that trained on American soil, then they ship them over there, and people get confused, you know? Tower operations everywhere. Anything else? Awesome. Yeah, let us know. We're right here. We are having a coffee, black this morning. Nothing else. No vanilla. No lemon. We do have vanilla and lemon. We're just choosing. We made the choice to just have it black. And we could have had lemon. We could have had cream. We could have had vanilla. And we went with just black. Simply black. Black velvet and that little boy's style. Black velvet and that slow southern style. A new religion that'll bring her to your knees. Black velvet, if you please. Which one? Yeah, Mississippi in the middle of a heat wave.